Welcome to part 2 of our jiu-jitsu series. My name is Bernd Hillebrand. To my right is Joachim Tumfahrt. To my left, Oliver Wittmann, who are both co-authors to this video. We hope you will enjoy this tape. Like in tape 1, the attacker will wear a white jiu-jitsu uniform, where the defender will wear a blue one. Training exercises for the long range. As you already know, jiu-jitsu has 3 different ranges: the long range, the medium range, and the close range. Each range has specific techniques for attack and defense. In the long range, usually long leg and arm techniques are used. Here you see an exercise where each fighter uses only one technique. This technique should be performed as crisp as possible and should hit the target. This will educate a certain feeling for distance. Now both partners exchange 2 techniques. Try to combine 2 techniques in a sensible manner and have slight contact. Slowly we come closer to the free sparring. You can practice without stress and prepare your students for the free sparring. In the following you will see few exercises with the coaching mitts. This exercise develops technique precision and speed. It's a relatively small area that has to be hit with greatest precision and speed. The trainer who holds the coaching mitts is responsible for the kind of combination that is to be hit. He will start with easy combinations, and the level of difficulty will raise slowly. Those coaching mitts are good for 60 to 80% power. They are no good for any harder contacts. Here you see a spinning heel kick. Not an easy technique, but it can be trained very good on the coaching mitts because it gives especially good feeling for distance. Afterwards, you can combine the spinning heel kick, for example, with hand techniques. Now you see a hand combination followed by a roundhouse and a reverse roundhouse kick. Try your own combinations and raise your skill level. Here you see the use of the big pads. In jiu-jitsu they are also called makiwaras. Here you can hit harder and strike full power. With these training combinations we will finish the exercises for the long range. Training exercises for the medium range. In medium range, elbow and knee techniques are added to the hand and leg techniques. These are very effective techniques of the medium range, so they are very important for self-defense. Here you see an exercise where the 2 partners change 2 techniques each. Because they are very close, there is no retreat anymore. So keeping good cover is essential. In this combination, the fighters use full combinations of punching, striking and kicking techniques in the medium range. They try to find the gap in the cover of the partner and to place their technique there. This will enhance the cover work for the defender, and it of course will train the reaction. After this preparing drill, free sparring can follow in this medium range. Also in medium range, the training with coaching mitts is important. As explained in the long range, precision and speed is more important than power if you practice on the coaching mitts. Keep a good cover after your strikes. Come back into your defensive position. The technical level can be raised if the trainer hits with the coaching mitts for the student. He has to evade and continue with his technique afterwards. This gives a good feeling for body mechanics while striking. The counters should be done at least immediately after the evasion or during the evasion. Now the trainer has one boxing glove and one coaching mitt. He strikes, the student evades and gives simultaneously an uppercut with his closer hand, followed by a knee shot and a hook. The trainer supports the coaching mitt with his glove hand when the student gives the knee. Once again, attack, evasion, uppercut. The student grabs, knee shot, supports the coaching mitt, and left hand hook. Attack, evade, uppercut, grab, knee. Both hands support the coaching mitt. Position the coaching mitt, left hand hook. Once more from the other side. You can see the evasive move of the student very good here. Evade to the outside, simultaneous uppercut with the front hand, knee shot, and again hook with the front hand. In this exercise, the trainer gives a hook, the student ducks, gives uppercut, uppercut, and elbow. Bob and weave, the hook, uppercut, uppercut, elbow. Bob and weave, 2 uppercuts, followed by a right hand elbow. During the elbow strike, the trainer supports the coaching mitt again with his glove hand. Here, we demonstrate elbow techniques on the big path. This is good because you can execute the elbow techniques full power to the makiwaras. There are 2 versions of elbow techniques. One, the elbow hits into the free hand, which means that the hand supports the target, and this version is to cover. The free hand gives cover. Here, first, support the target, go behind the target and hit. This is much more painful because the target cannot evade. Here, the free hand covers the head. The right hand covers. Support, support, left hand cover, right hand cover. Knee shots. The student will grab the shoulder of the trainer and pull to give a full power knee shot. The trainer supports the coaching mitts with both hands so that no injuries can happen. Here, combination of elbow strike, knee, elbow, knee. Again, elbow, knee. After the elbow, grab the shoulder knee strike. Elbow, shoulder grab, knee. This was the last exercise for the medium range. Training exercises for the close range. In the close range, all kind of atemi or striking techniques with all parts of the body are possible. Here you already have contact to your partner, and many of those techniques seen in the long and in the medium range can be also used in the close range. Here you see again an exchange of techniques. Those combinations consist out of 3 to 5 techniques. The more active fighter is the one that can finish the combination with a throwing technique, or he can also go down to the ground to continue to work the partner. To be able to practice with hard contact in close range, you can use a protective suit similar to this one. All close range techniques can be practiced with full power, and you don't have to take care to injure your partner, because the protective suit will take all the power. In this exercise, the defender shall try to throw the attacker and continue with his techniques. Here, the attacker starts already when the defender is on the ground, and the defender has to give as many strikes as possible. Now he comes to the upper position and he continues with his techniques. Training exercises covering all ranges. After we've trained the 3 ranges separately, now we have to combine them. The first step is this training exercise, where both fighters should try to move from long range over medium range to close range technique. The transition from one range to the other shall be very fluently. The right timing, feeling of rhythm, and to choose the right technique in the right situation is practiced here. The last training form for the ranges is this free sparring, which utilizes all ranges. Highest priority is that the partner is not getting injured. Both fighters should keep that in mind. The trainer shall play the referee or umpire to be able to stop the fight if it's getting too rough. Especially in this sequence, you can see how flexible jiu-jitsu is. Both fighters have a very different fighting style, but still they both do nothing more than jiu-jitsu in this fight. If you want to increase the intensivity of this exercise and move to harder contact or even full contact, should be discussed with the fighters. Sure is that harder contact gives you an advantage in the reality. Not only being able to give hits, but also that you have learned to take strikes. Also there, of course, injuries should be avoided. But everybody should know, with harder contact, injuries are more likely.
Okay.
Controlling techniques in jiujitsu. Pinning, picking up, and transportation of opponents. To be able to defend yourself with relative mild techniques, jiujitsu has a wide range of very effective controlling techniques. Already in the upright position, there is the preparing for the pinning on the ground. The defender controls how hard the attacker will hit the ground. When he's on the ground, he has to be turned onto the stomach. There has to be weight applied to the attacker, and there has to be a locking technique to control the attacker. Here, release the grab. The defender tries to go for an armbar. The attacker retrieves. The defender turns the arm, now goes into an armbar, brings him to the ground, onto the stomach, applies weight with his knee on the back, and gives a shoulder lock. He crosses the hands on the back, and he asks the attacker to close his legs and make them long. Once more. Control, long legs. The attacker grabs, the defender throws, applies a straight armbar, applies pressure to the back, both hands on the back, legs together and long. The attacker grabs, the defender blocks, throws, pulls the attacker up to straighten his arm, kick to the head, turn him to the stomach, apply weight on the back, turn one arm and the second arm to the back, and he orders that the legs have to be stretched out and closed. Throw, lift, pull, kick, control, long legs. In this technique, the defender tries to do the same thing, it just doesn't work. The arm of the attacker is not going to be straight. There's a very important principle in jiujitsu: take what the opponent gives to you. Take what you can get. We explain it here. Entrance, the same thing. Now, the defender cannot get the arm straight, so he uses the bent arm, twists this arm, and moves the attacker onto the stomach position. Then the same end, both hands on the back, straight legs closed together or crossed over, control. See it again in normal tempo. He can't straighten the arm, he uses the bent arm and controls the aggressor this way. Here the attacker brings the defender down on the ground, and the defender ends up with the attacker in a straight armbar, and then a hammerlock with the legs, and now a double hammerlock. Slow motion. The attacker throws the defender. The defender pushes with his right hand to the chin and inserts the right foot at the hip or at the thigh of the attacker. He pushes the leg away to bring him down. Then he inserts the left foot in front of the chin, pushes this leg away, and this way applies, through pulling the hand up, a straight armbar to the elbow joint of the attacker. He tells the attacker to be calm, turns the arm, applies a hammerlock with the use of his left leg, and takes the other hand into the hammerlock position as well. Throw, push, pull the leg away, bring the left leg in front of the chin, apply a straight armbar, move into the hammerlock, and control the other arm as well. Ask for closed and straight legs. In this technique, the defender goes into the headlock, and the attacker again brings the defender into the stomach position. Now he controls him, gets him up, and can transport him for a short while. Attack, neck lock. The defender goes for the face, pulls the attacker down, takes the arm, turns the attacker on the stomach, asks for the second hand and to close the legs, straighten them out, controls the hands, and asks to stretch the free hand out so that there can't be a weapon in it. This transportation is only for a short while. If the person is supposed to be transported further, wait for the police, they've got handcuffs. In this sequence, the attacker goes for the neck and tries to choke the defender. The defender throws, goes into the controlling technique and can transport him this way. The free hand is stretched out, no weapons in there, no surprises. Choke attack, grab the hand, elbow, try for a hip throw. The attacker counters, grab the front leg, pull, bring him down, interlock the right leg in the right knee, turn the attacker on the stomach, put weight on him, got a knee lock there, take his left arm on his back, apply a hammer lock, put the weight on his back, control his head, pull, bring him slowly up and have the free hand out. Once more from the side, counter to the throw, throw with the leg, knee lock, weight on the back, keep the weight there, control the left arm and the head, and you can move. Counter a low kick with a low kick yourself and go into a choke with an overextension of the spine. Both hands are high up so that you can see them. Low kick attack, move away, give a low kick, go for a choke, bring the hip behind the back, overextend the spine and have the arms out. Now you can carry him. Attack, move out, kick, choke, overextend the spine, arms out. We finished this topic of controlling techniques with an example how to control a person in a team. How to bring him down, pin him, lift him up and transport him. It is not important which techniques the two defenders use. It's just important that they don't work against each other. If one has a good technique, the second tries to support this technique. Of course, it is easier when you can talk beforehand about what to do. The attacker pushes one of the defender, low kick, bring him down, on the stomach. You've got one straight armbar on the right and a hammerlock on the left. The eyes and head are controlled and he can be taken away. Once more. Attack, low kick, bring him down, turning on the stomach, hammerlock, straight armbar, weight on him, tell him to come up slowly, control his head, and transport him away. Give me the money. I kill you. I warn you for the last time. Give me the money. Defense against weapons. The defense against weapons is one of the hardest areas in self-defense. In this video, we cover in the beginning defense against knife and stick attacks. Later on, we see some possibilities against threats with firearms. We start with a knife. No martial artist, no matter how experienced he is, should have the illusion that he can defend barehanded against an experienced knife fighter. Under some circumstances, one single slice or stab might be enough to kill the defender or at least make him helpless. There are a few rules you should try to obey once you face an attacker with an edged weapon. Try to escape whenever it is possible. It's always more sensible to avoid a fight than to fight. Try to keep distance or make distance between you and the attacker. The attacker has to cross this distance, and this gives you time to react. Try to bring an obstacle between you and the attacker. Try to use any everyday tool for defense if you cannot escape. And if all that didn't work, and you have to defend yourself empty-hand against the knife attacker, try to control the weapon arm, disarm, and use the weapon yourself for defense if necessary. Now you see a few scenes how a realistic knife defense can look like. Here, the defender is being threatened right in front of his house. He cannot escape, so he uses the only tool he has as a weapon, his shopping bag. He hits the weapon hand, the aggressor drops the knife, and he goes for the back. So, whatever you have, use it to neutralize the weapon of the attacker. Of course, the contents of the shopping bag help the defense this time. In this scene, you see how two defenders are threatened by a bad loser. You can realize how fast the attacker can change the threat from one defender to another. Here, one person gets mad, the situation gets out of control, and he draws his knife. He threats one person and he threats the second. One defender uses the table as an obstacle, gives a kick to the head, the other kicks the knife out of the hand, and then they escape as fast as possible. If, like here, the defender has no chance to escape, and also there is no tool that he can utilize for defense, only long, intensive training and a good portion of luck may help him to survive this situation. Defense against knife attacks. First, we show you the numbering system that can help you to practice knife defense in your training. Number 1 goes from right diagonally down to the left. Number 2 goes from the left diagonally down to the right. Number 3 comes from the right and goes horizontal to the left. Number 4 comes from the right and goes horizontal to the right. And number 5 is a stab straight to the stomach or the abdomen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each attack can be either a slice, like here, or a stab, like you see now. Of course, there are more angles, but this should do in the beginning to start with knife defense. There are still some martial artists that believe that they can apply their empty hand strategies that they use against punches and kicks to the knife. They don't keep in mind that a simple cut can be fatal already. Even though the attacker does not move fast here, he hits, cuts or stabs the opponent almost all the time. So be very careful when you practice knife. Use a dull knife or a training blade. We start with the entries to knife defense with the angles 1 to 5. The first phase is the one where you make the contact. When the knife comes from the left side, your left hand should contact first. If the knife comes from the right side, your right hand. We will have a slow motion for these techniques in a second so that we can explain it slowly in detail. Number 1, the defender applies a block with the left hand and gives a straight eye jab with his free right hand. Number 2, he blocks with his right hand and supports the block with his left forearm at the elbow. Number 3, he blocks with his left hand and gives an eye jab. Number 4, he makes simultaneous contact with his left forearm and the right hand to the weapon hand. Number 5, he evades the knife, parries and keeps the left hand above. Once more from the other side. Number 1, block and eye jab or nose hit. 2, block with the right, support with the left forearm at the elbow. Number 3, block with the left and give an eye jab with the right. Number 4, use the left forearm and the right hand to control the knife. Here. Number 5, move to the outside, parry the knife with the right hand to the outside and keep the control with the left hand on top of the knife hand of the attacker. Once more fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. From the other side, you can observe number 2 a little better from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Observe the elbow control here. And 5. Now you see basic disarm with controlling techniques. Block, eye jab. The right hand guides the knife to the outside. The right hand disarms while the left grabs the knife hand. Move into a hammerlock, and the right hand controls the neck of the attacker. Once more. Attack, block, parry to the outside, left hand grab, right hand disarm, go to the side of the blade, move into a hammerlock, and control at the neck. And one more fast. Block, disarm, control. This is another version. In number 1, the parry was from above. In number 2, the parry comes from underneath. The right hand grabs the knife, the left hand supports, stab to the thigh, disarm with the left, and move into a straight arm bar. Here. Block, parry from underneath to the outside, support with the left, stab to the thigh, disarm, straight arm bar. And once more fast. Number 2. It's the same technique. Actually, there will be no other. Only those 2. Block, support the knife with the left hand, stab to the thigh, and disarm, armbar. Block, bring it down, go for the thigh, disarm, straight armbar. Fast. Number 3. It's like number 1. Block, parry from above, grab with the left hand, disarm with the right, move into a hammerlock, and control the neck. Same as the first number 1. Number 4, same as number 2. Block, redirect the strike down, support with the left, give a stab to the thigh, disarm, straight arm bar. And number 5, parry the attack to the outside, grab with the left, bring the knife up, disarm with the right, move into a hammerlock, and control at the neck. It's like the first knife technique. Sometimes you cannot disarm the knife and keep it. So you strip the knife, let it drop, and follow up with other techniques. Attack number 1, block and eye jab, parry from above, disarm, parry the arm to the outside, give a palm strike to the face, foot sweep, and move into a safe distance. On the other side, strip, throw, take distance. Attack number 2, strip, throw via the back. Apply the same blocking technique than before. Redirect the knife, strip it out of the hand. The left hand controls at the lower back, the right hand goes to the face, and you can throw the attacker this way. Move again into a safe distance afterwards. Block number 2, redirect it down, strip, do the throw, take the distance. Normal speed. Training exercises for the defense against knife attacks. Here one of the partners gives a knife attack, the other blocks, redirects, executes the disarming and attacks for himself. This way you have a continuous attack with the weapon and you get a good feeling for distance, timing and the right technique when to use. Observe that they apply the same techniques that we've just demonstrated. Attack, block, disarm, take the knife and attack again. You can see when you observe closely that the attacker sometimes has the knife in the right and sometimes in the left hand. That makes it worse and harder for the defender. In this exercise, the defender has to deal with the second hand. He tries to disarm, and while he is trying to execute the disarming, the attacker gives a second attack with his free hand. The defender has to deal with this attack and continue. After the attack, the defender tries to go for the disarm, defends the second strike and disarms afterwards. Again, goes for the disarming, has to deal with second strike and continues. And so on. Defense against stick attacks. In stick defense, we use the same numbering system as in the knife defense. The strikes can be pulled back or they can be pulled through. The difference to the knife is that the stick fighter can stay further a little bit and that the stick has much more power through the speed. On the other hand, a stick is not sharp. So, you either have to move back to avoid the stick attack or you have to move in to be away from the dangerous tip of the stick. And that's what we're gonna cover on this video. The entries are the same as in knife. Try to use a finger jab to the eyes or to the throat to get the concentration away from the stick, if possible. To disarm a stick, you can use what is called a snake technique. After blocking the attack, snake your left arm anti-clockwise around the attacker's arm and disarm here with a push of the right hand. Give a strike to end the technique. Number 2, block, redirect, block here, redirect the stick, control it with your left in your elbow and give a push with the right hand to disarm. Finish with a strike. Number 3, block, go clockwise around the arm, like in defense number 2, and disarm. Block, clockwise around the arm, control in the elbow, strike with the hand, push the attacker's weapon arm with the right hand down and give a strike to finish this technique. Number 4, the same as number 2. Block, redirect, go clockwise around the arm, push with the right hand on the attacker's weapon arm and counter. Number 5, same as number 2 or 3. Number 1, circle anti-clockwise. Number 2, redirect clockwise and strike. Number 3, redirect clockwise and strike. Number 4, also clockwise. And number 5 also goes in a clockwise redirection with a strike in the end. training exercises for the defense against stick attacks. In this exercise, each of the both partners gives 3 strikes. The third strike is blocked and disarmed. They try to evade the first 2, which gives an excellent feeling for timing, distance and rhythm. Also, the disarming technique is trained very well in this fluent exercise. If you really have a chance against stick or knife attacks, is depending on the attacker if he gives you the chance. Of course, you can achieve something through hard and rigorous training, and your chances are getting better. But the better the opponent is, the less your chances. And if you've got a really experienced opponent, don't get fooled. Your chances are very low that you can defend yourself successfully against an experienced knife or stick-wielding attacker. Defense against the baseball bat. The baseball bat is quite a popular weapon today. The attacker will wield the weapon both-handed with diagonal downward swing. Evade, shorten the angle, and move in. Evade, move in, give knee shots, elbow, control the weapon, and control the man. Again, take down with a spinning throw, utilizing a straight armbar. Take the arm, spin, use a straight armbar to pin the attacker. Defense against firearm threat. Finally, we show defense against a firearm threat. Basically, we only should try to defend ourselves against the firearm if there are no other means that seem to be effective to come away with your life, meaning giving the wallet, running away, or whatever. If the attacker only wants money or your jacket, give it to him. It's better than risking your life. Watch the different positions of the attacker during a firearm threat. To have a real chance, it is important to be in reach of the weapon, to be able to grab the weapon lightning fast. Sometimes you've got a long way, and sometimes you've got a short way, and some things you just shouldn't do. Try always to be on the outside of the weapon arm. This way, the attacker has limited movability and you have a better chance. In this demonstration you can see very well which positions are very dangerous and out of which position you might have a chance. Watch the following scene. The defender has a pretty good chance here because the concentration of the attacker is distracted and he moves his weapon away. He wants the money. The concentration is distracted by somebody shouting at him. He points the weapon away from the defender, and that's the chance. Put him down, disarm him, and move away. Distraction, go for the weapon hand, bring him down, kick, disarm, and move away. This situation is a little harder because through the whistle, the attacker only turns his head and the weapon is still pointed to the defender. Here. Still, it is a distraction of the concentration, and that's the chance for the defender. He holds the weapon hand with both hands and breaks the elbow with his torso. Then he gives a kick to the knee to drop the opponent. He disarms him and moves away. Distraction, take the weapon hand, break the arm, give a kick, and move away. Here, the attacker moves with his weapon towards the defender. Observe that the defender lifts his hands only to the same level as the weapon is. The more secure the attacker feels, the less he will expect a counter technique. Talk to him. Try not to stare on the weapon. A lightning-fast movement to the side, combined with a twist of the body behind the weapon arm, brings you out of the line of fire. The weapon hand and the weapon are grabbed so that the attacker cannot recover his weapon. You see two different follow-up techniques here. One is the elbow break and the other is the straight armbar that brings the attacker down. Move to the side. Secure the weapon with both hands so that you are out of the line of fire. Keep the weapon hand grabbed with both hands. Break the elbow with the rib cage. Second technique, move away. Keep on moving. Bring him down with a straight armbar and control him. Control the second hand and overextend his neck. Once again, lift the hands up to weapon height, break his elbow, and disarm him while you move away. Slow motion. Grab, break, disarm, move away. The hands are lifted up to weapon height. Evasion, grab the weapon, break the arm, disarm, and move. Evasion, turn, bring the attacker down, disarm him, and control him. Evade, use the straight armbar to drop the attacker, disarm him, put the weapon away, secure it, keep pressure on the opponent, and control him. And once more. Another version after the initial move is applying the wrist lock and controlling the weapon arm, bringing the attacker on the stomach and controlling him from there. Ask for the straight legs and have him safe. Hit the attacker with his own weapon. Use a wrist lock to bring him down. The weapon points to the attacker now. Turn him onto the stomach. Disarm him. Put the weapon away. Keep the weight on him and secure his hands. Ask for crossed straight legs. Once more from the side. Hit. Throw. Let the gun point towards the attacker. Disarm. Put it away. Keep the pressure on the attacker. Secure his arms. Crossed legs. The same technique again, fast. And in slow motion. Lift the arms to weapon height. Evade. Grab the weapon hand. The attacker pulls back. Hit him with his own weapon. Apply the wrist lock. Throw him. Turn him on the stomach. Disarm him. Keep pressure. Keep weight on top of him. Put the weapon away and secure him. Here the attacker lifts his weapon to head height. Also the hands are lifted to the same level. The same techniques can be applied here. Just this time the defender is not thrown but disarmed and hit with his own weapon to the head. Lift your arms to the weapon height, evade, disarm, strike. Same technique again. Evade, disarm, strike. We finish our defense against firearm threat with the situation where the attacker is fully concentrated on the defender. Like in the defense against knife and stick techniques, only continuous training and practicing to defend against these attacks give you a chance to defend yourself successfully in such a situation. But please realize that if you avoid a confrontation like this, it is by far the better solution, and most of the time the healthier one too. We hope you enjoyed this Jiu-Jitsu Intensive Volume 2, and we hope you will join us to Jiu-Jitsu Active Volume 1. You will get an overview of a few Jiu-Jitsu principles like body mechanics, block techniques, striking techniques, locking techniques, throwing techniques, combinations and situation control. We will cover the distances or ranges with entries, combinations and training exercises for long range, medium range and short range. Don't miss Jiu-Jitsu Active Volume 1. On Jiu-Jitsu Ultimative Volume 3, you will see the defense against multiple attackers and exercises for the defense against multiple attackers. You will see Jiu-Jitsu techniques outside of the grading requirements, variations of Jiu-Jitsu basic techniques, self-defense on the ground, training with full body protections and coordination and sensitivity exercises not only for Jiu-Jitsu. Don't miss Jiu-Jitsu Ultimative Volume 3. Abanico Video Productions offers you a wide range of high-quality martial art instructional videos. We offer Filipino martial art as Modern Arnis, Serrada Eskrima, Cadena de Mano, Sinawali, Doce Pares, Full Contact, Kali Sikaran, Jeet Kune Do and Kali, realistic self-defense with everyday weapons, but also other topics like Taekwondo, Wing Chun, Pencak Silat, Shaolin Kung Fu,